The time is now 7 p.m. We are going to call to order the Narragansett Town Council regular meeting. Today is Tuesday, January 16th, 2024. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next, we're going to move on to the approval of minutes. Do I have a motion to accept and place on file the minutes from the December 4th, 2023 regular meeting?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All
Aye.
opposed? Motion by Councilor Lawler, second by Councilor Kopech. Motion passes 5-0. Next is a motion to accept and place on file the minutes from the December 18th, 2023 work session meeting.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion by Councilor Lawler, second by Councilor Kopech. Motion passes 5-0. Next is a motion to accept and place on file the minutes from the December 18th, 2023 executive session meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion by Councilor Lawler, second by Councilor Kopech. Motion passes 5-0. Lastly is a motion to accept and place on file the minutes from the December 18th, 2023 regular meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion by Councilor Lawler, second by Councilor Kopech. Motion passes 5-0. Next up is announcements. We'll have the town manager's update. Mr. Tierney.
Good evening, members of the council, public that's here, and those of you who are home watching. I just have a few updates this week, particularly some items about the storm damage that's been done. We did have, as many of you know from social media and the press, that we've had a significant loss of sand and dune area. We're filing an emergency assent to make some corrections with CRMC. This is not covered by our insurer, the trust. Loss of sand fence along the beaches, it's reimbursable. We're trying to get a full estimate on that now. Structural damage of the North Beach Clubhouse, exterior fixtures, Trex boards underneath the cabanas, 4 trash corrals, also reimbursable by the trust. Two granite benches, 3 of them additional ones may have been damaged, but we haven't been able to assess that yet. Damage to the retaining wall at the southern end of the south parking lot, also not covered by the trust. Sinkhole in the south parking lot or along the retaining wall. Damage to metal fences at the south gate. And Parks maintenance crew and DPW has been working together since the first storm on December 18th on that. And then the latest one, we had additional sand and dune loss, some new structural damage that was at the cabanas and involving the Trex boards, and additional insurance claim will be filed with the trust on that. Most of the damage on the cement walkways and pads, that is not covered by the trust. And RIDOT has been working with Parks and Recreation and DPW to try to correct this. As we get it fully assessed and some more information, I'll inform everyone. Some updates on the library. As I stated last time, the original loan balance of $1.5 million is down to $114,364. The library board has advised us that there will be a ribbon cutting at the new library on Sunday, January 28th at 12:30 p.m. And I spoke with a building official. He said the temporary certificate of occupancy will be issued in time for all the events that are scheduled for that weekend. There is a punch list of items that still need to be done, but they're not health and safety issues. The library board also advised that there will be an open house in the new library building on January 27th from 11:30 to 5 p.m. Narragansett High School received kudos from the Governor's Attendance Matters program. It's set to acknowledge the importance of consistent attendance in education, and the Narragansett High School, the latest statistics, had a score of 94.3%, the highest in the state for that polling period, which is only a week or two, but they do it regularly. Previously, Council President Pro Tem President Jill Lawler had asked staff for a rough estimate of the total replacement of the beach. It's It's a big figure to come up with without having it fully assessed by a revaluation company, environmentalists. But what we did, we considered buildings, fencing, parking lots, cement walls, just about everything. For instance, if the whole facility went into a black hole and we had to rebuild it, if we were to rebuild it, we wouldn't rebuild it the same way, obviously. But based on our past cost for building and paving, we've put that number from about 15 million if it was completely eliminated. I mean, that's a complete, and again, it's a rough estimate because we would not build it back the same way. Another item for those of you who are at home or here, the Narragansett Police Department will have 3 vacancies, and they're currently recruiting. And if anyone is interested, they can go onto the Narragansett Police website and the Human Resources website for the town and apply. And I think that's it, folks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can I ask one question? If everything did fall into a black hole, would we be eligible for FEMA reimbursement?
It all depends what the incident is and whether it's declared a national emergency.
Sounds like it would be.
It would be.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I just want to say a big thank you to all the staff that really helped with these storms, both state and local efforts. So thank you very much. It's been a lot over the last couple weeks, and hopefully it'll get better.
Council President, can I just add a comments to what Mr. Tierney had developed for the replacement cost? It is itemized out, so if any of the council members would like to see it, but I'm hoping that there was a 3-2 vote to actually reduce the beach enterprise funds, and I'm hoping that maybe one of the 3 that voted to reduce might reconsider that motion and put it back on so that we can add money to the beach enterprise funds. As evident by the report that Jim just gave, we certainly do need the money. We just had 2 storms that took quite a bit of time, and I also want to thank the staff that helped Jim put that report together. It was quite, it was a good report, and obviously it took a long time for you to compile, so thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so next we're going to move on to the open forum public comment portion of the meeting. Again, the comments of citizens addressing the council are neither adopted nor endorsed by the body, but heard as requested. Public comment will not be taken on matters involving open litigation, and there's a sign-up sheet in the back of the chambers. When you come up to the podium, please state your name and address and speak only on topics not on the meeting agenda. And there's a 3-minute time limit per speaker subject matter, and please be orderly and respectful. So first up on the list. Okay, so any other?
Good evening. My name is Chris Hoover. I reside at 11 First Street, Narragansett. I'm here from the URI Student Senate as the External Affairs Chair, and I'm just going to read the recent resolution that we have adopted, which denounces the anti-student laws that have been passed by the Town Council and the resulting environment this has created. So whereas there are over 7,000 off-campus students who attend the University of Rhode Island that live in Narragansett, whereas the university is unable to house all 13,900 students in on-campus dorms, apartments, or other forms of university housing, whereas freshman students, themselves a block of 3,300 individuals on average, are offered priority access to dormitories, whereas there are 5,200 total URI housing spaces for freshmen and returning on-campus students, leaving just 1,900 available spaces for over the 10,600 leftover students in need of housing. Whereas the Narragansett Town Council has repeatedly made attempts as well as literally passing binding zoning ordinances aimed at primarily best and exclusively at worst towards limiting the number of URI students within Narragansett, whereas the Narragansett Town Council has made it clear with their actions that they are thus or that they are comfortable espousing and letting run rampant and unchallenged anti-student views and policies, believing that a reduction in URI students within Narragansett benefits the community overall. Whereas by reducing the number of available bedrooms in Narragansett, students endure paying additional rent in homes with over 3 bedrooms, as the extra bedrooms cannot be used by related parties. In addition, reducing the number of bedrooms leaves 1,200 empty beds for students to rent in Narragansett that they are unable to use. Whereas the town of Narragansett has openly discriminated against the URI student body by enacting such ordinances with the driving image of making the town an unfavorable location for URI students to live. And whereas the town of Narragansett, upon each attempt at enacting a student housing ordinances, ensure that the discussions, reviews, and passing of each housing ordinance occurred while students were not present to speak on the matter in the summer of 2023. And now therefore be it resolved that the University of Rhode Island Student Senate denounces the Narragansett Town Council's no more than 3 related college student ordinance, and be it farther that the University of Rhode Island Student Senate encourages the Narragansett Town Council to see other sides to the issue and asks the council to be open to working with the university, students, and their residents to find better solutions for the community. Thank you very much. I yield my time.
Thank you. Is there anyone else signed up? Okay, is there anyone else that didn't? Sir. Oh, John. Yes, sir.
John General Lewis Drive. Just in response to that, it's a question of balance and civility, and that's all that it is. And it's, again, going to be blown out of proportion. I can see it coming up for the next election. And all the people want is a balanced lifestyle, nothing more, nothing less. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, I see no hands up. I'm going to go move on to consent agenda. A motion to approve consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion by Councilor Lawler, second by Councilor Kopech. Motion passes 5-0. Next, we're going to move on to old business. I'm going to actually pull the agenda item pertaining to beach fees. There was some information that the council is looking to get, and so we're going to give the staff time to get that information to us, so this will be back on in 2 weeks. Moving on to new business. From the fire department, we have a motion to approve the purchase of 4 sets of Makita power tools for the fire department from MES Shipments Fire Equipment Company pursuant to Sourcewell contract pricing in the total amount of $12,102.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion from the council? Anyone from the public? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion by Councilor Lawler, seconded by Councilor Kopech. Motion passes 5-0. Next up from the engineering department, we have a motion to approve the filling of 1 vacancy within the wastewater division due to a retirement.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion from the council? Anyone from the public? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion by Councilor Lawler, second by Councilor Kopech. Motion passes 5-0. Next, we have a motion to approve the 1-year contract extension for the purchase of wastewater chemicals with Univar Solutions USA Incorporated for potassium permanganate at $2.52 per pound and for sodium hypochlorite at $2.349 per gallon under the same terms and conditions as the original contract.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion from the council? Anyone from the public? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion by Councilor Lawler, second by Councilor Kopech. Motion passes 5-0. Next, from the Public Works Department, we have a motion to approve the purchase of Winter Road solar salt delivered from 2 vendors, Mid-American Salt LLC at $72.72 per ton, and Eastern Salt Company Incorporated at $76.51 per ton for the FY 23-24 winter season per the State of Rhode Island Master Price Agreement number 125.
So moved.
Second?
Any discussion from the council? Anyone from the public? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion by Councilor Lawler, second by Councilor Kopek. Motion passes 5-0. Next up is a motion to approve the one-year contract extension as is a component of the original Town Council awarded contract for seasonal trash receptacle rubbish removal for the Public Works Department with Joe Harvey Landscaping at their year 2 pricing of $39,882 per barrel cost of $6.28 under the same terms and conditions as the original contract.
So moved.
Second?
Any discussion from the council? Anyone from the public? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion by Councilor Lawler, second by Councilor Kopek. Motion passes 5-0. Next up, actually, new business. I will be pulling these, it's from the Town Council. We'll be pulling item J1. And then this will be coming back on the agenda in 2 weeks. Finally, we have an executive session tonight. Do I have a motion to retire to executive session of the Town Council in accordance with Rhode Island General Laws 42-46-4 and 42-46-5A2 for the purpose of discussing potential litigation?
So moved.
Second?
A roll call, please.
Deb Kobeck, aye.
Jill Lawler, aye.
Eva Drzinski, aye.
Susan Cicilline, Banano, aye.
Steve Ferrandi, aye.
Okay, so we'll be retiring. Motion by Councilor Lawler, second by Councilor Kopek. Motion passes 5-0. We'll be coming back after the executive session for disclosure of the executive session votes and adjournment. Thank you. Just returning from executive session, I'll disclose the disclosure of executive session votes. We had a motion to seal the minutes. Motion by Councilor Lawler, second by Councilor Kopech. Motion passed 4-0. And next, we had a motion to exit and reconvene to regular session. Motion by Councilor Lawler, second by Councilor Kopech. Motion passed 4-0. Next, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion by Councilor Lawler, second by Councilor Kopech. Motion passes 4-0.